Hey, Knicks Nation. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Happy weekend to you. I hope you're safe and healthy and your family's safe and healthy and everybody's enjoying their weekend as we're now in the proverbial holiday season. So here we are, and I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend and being safe and healthy. Um, we're going to go over some things today. It shouldn't be too long of a live stream today because we're right now the Knicks are in the middle of a 5-game road trip, which we were expecting, and we all knew that the December was going to be a tough month. That's not surprising at all. And so they just finished 3 of the 5 games. They won one and lost 2, and now we know we got 2 more games. But then after the road trip, they come home for 2 games against Milwaukee. Weird schedule. 2 matinee games against Milwaukee. Knicks are not real good matinee, but they got 2 matinee games against Milwaukee, and then they got another 3-game road trip with Oklahoma City, Orlando, and Indiana. Again, that's how they finished December, with a 3-game road trip. So we know that this is what we expected. This is a tough road to hoe. And what we were looking for, and let's not forget, what we're looking for December is them to just tread water. Because without Mitchell Robinson, I think everybody can now see they can't make up for the lack of Mitchell Robinson. You really cannot make up for that. What's up, y'all? King Ribby, Tony Tibbins, Organic Fanatic, Justin Nix, Jose Vasquez, D. Carr, Cash Out James, my brother Project, VMG, Warren Franklin, PL, King Ja, Coach Rubens, my brother AA, Andrew Abraham. So you can't really replace Mitchell Robinson. You just can't. And that's what I was explaining from the beginning of the season. We were talking about Mitchell Robinson being the most important piece, or one of the most important pieces for the Knicks. But at the same time, I was expecting him to miss some games. I wasn't expecting him to miss 20 games, which is about what he's going to end up missing by the time he comes back, maybe more. But I was expecting him to miss 10. And good to see you, Severe Jorgensen, but he's going to miss more than that. So this was a difficult loss to lose Mitchell Robinson for that many games. Again, I was looking for 72 games, between 65 and 72 games from Mitch Rob, but I'm probably going to get closer to 60 from him this year, which is not bad, but it's difficult to replace a Mitchell Robinson. That's as simple as that. And then you're talking about a Tom Thibodeau whose defensive philosophy revolves around a rim protector. Always been that way. Joakim Noah, and then was supposed to be in Minnesota, was supposed to be Cat, but it wasn't. But now you got Mitchell Robinson. So his defensive philosophy always revolves around a rim protector. It's from the 5 out. And so Mitchell Robinson is huge. Right now, Hartenstein and Sims are doing the best job that they can. They're trying to tread water, which is really what we're trying to do. So with this, we talked about, hey, Nick of Time, my man JLs, what's up? And so what we talked about was how the Knicks have to have a new look, and they had really have a new look. They've become more of an offensive team. They've been scoring a lot, but they're trying their best to play the tightest defense they can, especially on the perimeter. Losing Josh Hart early in last night's game was a major problem for the Knicks, a major problem. I mean, you still had Deuce McBride, but for some reason, Tom only played him for 10 minutes, but losing Hart, who Tom Thibodeau loves. When you're looking at the Knicks stats and you're looking at how many minutes a game Josh Hart plays, he's really up there. Like, he plays, Josh Hart right now, they got him, how many minutes a game? He's playing a lot of minutes, at least 20 minutes a game, I would say. He loves Josh Hart. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Tibbs loves playing him. Let me look at here. He's playing 28 minutes a game right now. So that's a big loss because of the fact that Tibbs plays him so much and depends on him. And then in the closeout games as well, Josh Hart is usually on the floor. And so to lose him was a big loss earlier yesterday. Big loss. So I felt like after the big game they had Friday night, and I did look at the review of that game last night. What a game. I mean, shoot. We'll talk about that in a minute, but daggone. So, but coming in the second night of a back-to-back against a team that had already won 6 straight and had made proper adjustments. What do I mean by that? To me, the Clippers become dangerous, not for James Harden. The big thing is twofold. Number one, last night, one of the rare occasions that you're going to have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard both healthy. And then number two, for Russell Westbrook to volunteer to go into the second unit. At this stage of his career, that makes the second unit lethal for them because he is really, really good coming off the bench with the second unit. He brings up their second unit. So that was going to be a tough road to hoe. And then when you lose Josh Hart in the first quarter, which I don't know why that ref did that. I mean, I don't know what he would have said that would have caused him to get 2 technicals, right away just for talking while he's walking away from the referee. Didn't make no sense to me. But, usually a dude like a Draymond Green, when you hit somebody or, you flagrant foul somebody, that'll cause you to get kicked out the game. But that was strange for him to get kicked out the game in the first quarter and walking away from the ref. Regardless of what he was saying, he was walking away from the ref. It wasn't like he was jumping in their face. And so I don't know what happened there. That was foul, no pun intended, but that hurt the Knicks' chances right off the bat. So now you're in the second half of back-to-back. Team has won 6 straight you're playing against. You're missing a key piece in your rotation, and you're already missing Mitchell Robinson. It was going to be a tough road to hoe. So I wasn't surprised, and I was watching the game, and the Knicks were really keeping with them in the first 2 quarters. They were responding and hanging around, and I felt I was looking at to see what would happen in the third because that's when, usually a team that's tired lets go of the rope, and that is what happened with the Knicks. That's all of a sudden they were down 20, and you know what was going to happen after that. So I wasn't as disappointed in last night's. I'm more disappointed like in that Utah game where they just didn't come out with the energy. They just did not have the energy. That happens too. But I was more disappointed in that than the loss last night against the Clippers playing like they was tired, like they was on the second night back-to-back against a hot team. So that was good. So now tomorrow they got the Lakers. I'm glad they don't have to travel. So they stay in LA. They don't have to go nowhere. They get the rest. LA is one of them places for the NBA players that's like Miami. People like to go there because when you rich and you in LA, it's a whole different life. It's not like living in South Central. If you rich and you in LA, you could really chill. So it's like with Miami. If you rich and you Miami, you got a different life than the average working man. And them cats, that's good. So they could chill there. I feel like they should come out, especially your key pieces, your Brunsons, your Jujus, your RJs, your Harts. They should come out ready to play tomorrow night against the Lakers. And of course, we don't know who's playing for the Lakers. I was looking at their injury report, and they're still listing the injury report from the Spurs game. And look, watch the injury report for the Spurs game. Watch this. So D'Angelo Russell was ruled out Friday against the Spurs. Cam Reddish was ruled out Friday against the Spurs. Anthony Ambulance was ruled out Friday against the Spurs. So you don't know who gonna play when they come out. LeBron gonna be there, right? LeBron gonna show up, but you don't know who gonna play and for how long when you playing against old LeBron and the Anthony Ambulance crew. Now I'm not saying they're not good. They could beat the Knicks tomorrow, but I'm just saying you don't know who gonna be there. Like for the Knicks, okay, I will tell you right now. Jules gonna be there. Hartenstein and Sims gonna be there. RJ's gonna be there. JB's gonna be there. Dante's gonna be there. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, IQ's gonna be there. I'm gonna tell you, Grimes is gonna be ready to play. They're gonna be ready tomorrow. Okay, so they're gonna be out ready to play. What we're gonna face? We know we facing LeBron. After that, I don't know. could be anybody. And you know what? I'm glad to see Cam Reddish getting another shot. But let's go back. Look at Friday. Cam Reddish knee ruled out. That has been the story of his career. Talent is immense. I always believed that Cam Reddish was a high-level talent coming into the league. No doubt. Okay, he could play with anybody. The problem is, when does he play? Is he available? That's been the problem. Is he available? That's why he didn't listen, when you look back on, since Tibbs has become coach of the Knicks, the players that he did not like, the thing they all have in common is availability. Frank Ntilikina, I thought Frank Ntilikina was going to be able to be one of Tibbs' favorite players. Tibbs didn't hardly play him. And then when he did play, he was hurt. And then they got rid of him. Why? Because he was never available. Availability is huge in New York. Okay? Cam Reddish came over. Tibbs didn't want him, but was still playing him in the rotation. Started him playing in the rotation. Started some point. Then started getting hurt. Knee, groin, ankle. Availability caused him out of here. Okay, out of here. So you got to be available if you're going to play in New York. And I like that. Don't come in here looking for no big money and being street clothes. See, that's why a lot of people was talking, some people was talking about some player and you want to pay them a lot of money and they're going to be most of the time in street clothes. No, the heck with that, man. Get out of here. If you available, okay, let's see what we got now. Is Josh Hart available? Tibbs loved that guy. He loves him. Okay. Juju, Tibbs love him. RJ, yep. Brunson, yep. They're all available. The only one not available is Mitch Rob, and Tibbs love him, and you know why? Because he's the defensive anchor of a defensive team. That's your exception. But the rest of them cats, they come to play. Okay? Hey, Stepha, Don, bring it. Bring it. Let him go off. I dare him to go off. First of all, let's see if he's going to play. And then if he comes play, how long he going to last? So I'm not worried about that. I don't care. And all this fire Tibbs mess, you need to stop using them hard drugs. I don't know what you're using. What you using? Uppers that cause you to get too freaky, or downers that cause you to, be out because you talking silly. How you gonna talk about fire Tibbs? What the hell wrong with you? One of the best defensive coaches in the league. What the hell wrong with you? What you want? Oh, I know what you want. You want Fizdale back, huh? Oh, I got you. You want Fizdale back. You must. Stop using hallucinogens, man. Stop using hallucinogens because you hallucinating. What's wrong with you? I'm going to hear about it. Bring it. That's all I say. Bring it. Shoot, you know, this is raw Hebrew. What I care about what you going to bring. Come on, man. Shoot. Come on, man. Stop it. You must want Fizdale back. You want Dirk Fisher? Oh, wait. You want Isaiah Thomas? You must, because you tripping. You got to be tripping. Talk about fire Tibbs in his fourth season. What's wrong with y'all? Shoot. Ain't a coach in the league really want to deal with y'all. I'm telling you, man. Any coach, you bring daggone Red R back in here from the 1965 Celtics, and y'all be yelling to fire him. Some of y'all out of your minds, man. For real. Some of y'all tripping. Oh, my God. Dang. Stop it. Anyway, let's get back in the realm of reality. So, I think the Knicks are in a good spot right now. When you consider they're missing Mitchell Robinson, like I said, you cannot replace Mitch Robinson. Okay? Hartenstein, Sims, trying their best. No doubt. And they're doing a pretty good job. But you cannot replace a Mitchell Robinson, the premier offensive rebounder in the NBA. One of the best, on pace was going to be all NBA defense. He was leading that, so how you going to, it's very difficult, Guilford, because, it's very difficult. I mean, some things you cannot train 7'1" with 7'1" wingspan, and you cannot train that. That's something you have, That's something you have or you don't. Now, Sims brings his own bag to the game. He could jump through the roof. Yes, he can. But as you see, jumping through the roof is good now, but you need to have some timing. You need to be aware. It's very difficult. So, like I said, you cannot replace a Mitchell Robinson. And I'm not saying Hartenstein. Hartenstein is doing what he do: dive on the floor, hustle, run the floor. That's Hartenstein. But you cannot replace the talent and the things, the tangibles that a Mitchell Robinson brings to the game. Mitchell Robinson is one of those type of players that when you see his effect on the game, you're not necessarily going to see it in the stat sheet. He's one of those guys that don't have to really score a point, but can affect the game. Okay. That's a very rare type of guy that could do that. And it's hard. So what we were looking for, and we still are, let's not forget, Knicks Nation, we just need them to tread water, especially in December. This is a tough month. Okay. It was a tough month, man. 3 or 4 back-to-backs, plus a 5-game road trip and a 3-game road trip, and squeezing between 2 games against the Bucks. Matinee games too. It's like almost like, I don't think I'm saying nothing that those who are long-term Knicks fans don't understand. It's almost like the league is trying to bury our New York Knicks. They're trying to just dig a hole and bury us. That's what they're trying to do. And to me, it goes back to the Dolan hatred. It goes back to the Dolan hatred. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? It goes back to the Dolan hatred. They don't like Dolan. They want Dolan to sell the team, blah, 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 blah. But that's what it goes back to. But the way I'm looking at this, Knicks Nation, is I think our squad is tough as nails. I think Tibbs getting ready to show them what we could do. I think they got us buried, and you're going to see somebody's hand come out the ground and resurrect. That's what I'm thinking. Okay? I think that we got it. Some people say, well, how we going to win and we ain't got a superstar? Well, y'all stop listening to Stephen A. Stupid. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all don't know yet? Like you still listening to that knucklehead and think and really wait. Even worse, you believe in what he says? What the hell's wrong with some of y'all? Why y'all? What? You never heard of the 2004 Detroit Pistons? What was their superstar's name? Could you please tell me? What was their superstar's name? They had a center that couldn't score. They had a center that couldn't score. He couldn't put the ball on the floor. What about them? Why can't we? They had a coach that had never won a championship before, winning record, hated by a lot of players. They had that. What was wrong with them? Point guard was one step out the league. Chauncey Billups come out of Colorado. There was high expectations. He came to Boston and couldn't get it done. Then they sent him back out there to Denver, played better, but it wasn't anything like filling the expectations. He became Mr. Big Shot when he went to Detroit and played under Larry Brown. Okay? So, hey, listen, we don't need no superstar. We need to package everything, get a superstar. What the hell y'all still listening to Steph and Bondi for? What the hell? What? Y'all want to run down here and listen to Berman too? What the hell? What? Let's go over this. First off, the Don and the management crew, listen carefully. There's a difference between getting all put it this way. And there's a movie called Wall Street. The first Wall Street, not the Wall Street, the Money Never Sleeps one. I'm talking about the first one when, Michael Douglas and Bud Fox and all them. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? If you ever see that movie, Michael, Gecko tells Bud, he said, listen, don't get emotional over a stock. It clouds the judgment. I don't know if y'all ever seen it when he said, don't never get emotional over a stock. He said, get emotional clouds the judgment. Listen to that, y'all. Don't get emotional over a trade because it clouds the judgment. One thing I love about the Don is he is opportunistic. What does that mean? If there's something out there worth pursuing, and Scott Perry told y'all this when he left the coop, right? If there's something out there worth pursuing, the Knicks will look at it. If it's not, they won't. And they're very comfortable going forward with what they got for now. I don't care what the media is telling you. What you're seeing right now is you're seeing we finally got our superstar point guard. I mean, if you've been a Knicks fan, let's say since, let's say if you've been a Knicks fan, let's say since Isaiah Thomas, right? Since Stephen Marbury was here, what you've been looking for? A point guard, a point guard, a point guard, right? I mean, Chris Duhon tried his best, but come on, right? I mean, Eric Moutier, come on, right? I mean, come on, right? And then you had the little bit of Lynn Sanity. And that's sad. That's about the best we had, right? So we finally got our superstar point guard. Okay, we got him. Then you got now Juju, and I can't believe there's still people calling for Juju to be traded. Y'all need to, I don't know what kind of pills y'all on, but I was just watching down here. The sheriff was talking about this fentanyl coming in here, messing people up. They said they caught enough fentanyl the other day to kill 5 million people, right? Down here. Sheriff, I forgot his name. Sheriff, the new sheriff in town down here, I forgot, in Polk County. He said, we got enough, we caught brothers with enough fentanyl to kill 5 million people. Some of y'all act like y'all sniffing that mess. What you doing, man? Leave that poison alone, because it's messing with your mind. Stop it. Fentanyl no good, man. Don't mess with them drugs, man. Find yourself out here with no teeth, looking 50 years older than you're supposed to. Don't do that. Leave that, man. No. So what you got to keep Juju, man. You got to keep Juju. Okay? Juju is now in his bag, man. You've been seeing that, bro? See, now, this is what happens in New York. This is the problem, right? Y'all are so used to trying to act like everybody's supposed to be perfect. It's amazing to me. Like, Tibbs has got to be the perfect coach. If Tibbs blows a fart, some of y'all be like, fire Tibbs! Juju turned the ball over, and some of y'all be tripping. I hate the turnovers too, but you got to understand, this is his game. He jumps in the air to pass the ball. That's what he does. But homie's going to get you 20 and 10. Homie's going to rip down the rebound with 3 Negroes attached to it and not even think that nobody's there. Homie's going to go up strong. And when homie comes down the lane like a freight train, ain't nobody want to step in front of 250 pounds, 6'8". Nobody want to do that. And you want that on your team. And let me tell you something right now. Some people going to bring up, and they're going, he can't play in the playoffs. Let me tell you something right now. Today is December 17th, 2023. Juju going to show out this year in the playoffs. I'm telling you, he got the superstar point guard. And this is my point I'm making, no pun intended. You got the superstar point guard. You got Juju, right? RJ, I think we're all agreeing, well, most of us, RJ is coming into his own now. The little boy is becoming a man, right? So now you got that. And then what you're getting is you're getting the crew growing around these guys. So you're getting Dante coming into his own. You're getting Grimes growing. He's still got a couple of years. You're getting IQ ready to start now, but you're getting that now around what you got. You understand? So there you go. And the management team is very comfortable allowing this to happen. Now, Mr. Dolan is probably looking for at least a second round appearance this year. Okay, we got to get that done. I don't want him tripping. Yeah, that's right, Cash Out there. I'm predicting a sighting of Juju in the playoffs. I really think he would have did stuff this past season because his ankle was worse than even I thought. I thought he had a bum ankle, but I didn't think it was surgical necessary. So for him to have surgery and take the summer off, that was much more serious than we realized. And so I think if he had come with a healthy Juju against Miami, it might have been a different story. Okay, it might have been. And I think it might be a different story this year. So I'm liking that. Okay, I'm liking that. So we got to keep Juju. To stop tripping about trading him. He's not going anywhere. Neither should he. So you got Brunson now. Friday. What really incited me about Friday is this is the first time that we have a second player. Like RJ shows flashes of it. And we had Juju that could do it. But you got a guy that when he's correct, he can get you 50. He can get you 40. He could carry your team when he's correct. And he was right. I was not when I saw the replay of that game. Now, y'all all saw the Utah game. Y'all all saw the Utah game. Okay? And everybody had lack of energy. When you see Jalen Brunson go 0 for 5 or 0 for 6 from 3, there's some problem, okay? It's this problem. It ain't the defense either. He's just weird down, okay? So I wasn't knowing what to expect in Phoenix on Friday. Well, I definitely didn't expect no 9 for 9 from the three-point line. Dang! Come on, y'all. Give that boy his props. Okay, and Juju came in there with 23. That's all I'm saying. So look, we got that. That's our dudes. Okay, I think we're gonna be all right. You know, like I said, we're gonna have a tough December. We still got these 2 road games, and then we got the 3 coming up. What's up, Michael Drake? But I like this. And what I'm liking is that if we could get Mitchell Robinson back. Have any of y'all heard? I heard he might be back by the All-Star break. What y'all heard? I heard he might be back by the All-Star break. If we can get Mitch Rob back by the All-Star break, man, we're going to be in good shape, y'all. I'm telling you, watch out, because a lot of these teams that are going to be just starting to play their hell schedule. Every team has to play. Every team goes through a hellified schedule. This is the Knicks right here going through theirs. The NBA started them up on the hellified schedule. Y'all know that this is the Knicks got the, like, I haven't measured it, but in terms of early season schedule, the Knicks had a tough early season schedule, man. And December is crazy. So if they come through this and they still in the running, which I expect them to be in the East, as y'all can see, it's a dog fight in the East. Y'all, everybody can see that. It's a dog fight in the East right now. So nothing is really, everybody's going to be going back and forth. The East, the standings in the East go from really, Boston is clearly at the top. But then you got Milwaukee, Minnesota, Orlando, Miami, New York, Pacers, Cleveland, Brooklyn. The only one that I see is out of it right now is Toronto, and that could change too with Atlanta or Toronto. They could catch fire at any time. But right now, those 9 teams are only separated by 6 games. Anything could happen, man. You know. And the Knicks are going through their hard schedule right now. So when we get to February and March, and I like our chances. I'm telling y'all, I like our chances, man. I like our chances. Okay. I like our chances. Yeah. So I like what we're doing right now, trying our best to tread water while we're missing Mitchell Robinson. So y'all said late February to the what did y'all say? Y'all said late February, McCormick. Is that what you heard? And All-Star break. Okay, good, Joe Kerr. So that's about the same time we talking. So, hey, superstar, shalom. So anything, you know, we could get into March with Mitchell Robinson healthy, and we keep Juju healthy and Brunson healthy, I think we're in good shape. I really do. I'm telling y'all, I'm not worried about it. I'm not panicking. I'm not talking about make trades. And Joe Curry, I don't know what part of this you don't get, my brother, but brother Joe Curry, let me help you out, okay? I love you, brother. Joe Curry, you know, I like Joe Curry, I do. But let me help you out a little bit, okay? The most important thing, listen carefully. All right, Joe. The most important thing about Evan Fournier is the $19 million expiring contract. He's not an albatross. There's some people keep saying, Joe, that, you know, we should trade him so that we can get more minutes for Deuce. This is the misconception. In order to trade him, when you trade him, nobody's getting more minutes. Why do I say that? Because Evan Fournier is not in the rotation. He's not in the first. He's not in the first 9. He's not in the first 10. He's not even in the first 11. He is out. So the most valuable thing is his expiring $19 million. That's the only thing he's worth to us right now. He's not worth another player, because in order to bring in a rotation player right now, you have to take a rotation player out. And of the 9 players that Tibbs has in his rotation, he's not taking anybody out right now. And he doesn't like to change mid-season. It messes with the rhythm of the squad. So no, they're not trading Evan Fournier right now. It's not happening. Okay? It's not going to happen. Nobody wants him. Now, at the end of the season, before I think June 30th, if they wanted to include him in a trade on draft night, that's possible. That's possible. If there's a draft night trade, that could happen. Okay, that could happen. But right now, the most valuable thing about Evan Fournier is his expiring $19 million. That's it. There's nobody out there. There's nothing out there they want for him. And I don't know what the hell, my dear brother, why the hell would you think that Danny Ainge of all people would just take Evan Fournier for Lauri Markkanen? Why would you do that? He ain't stupid. Why would you even think he would do that? He's not doing that. Ever. You know Danny Ainge is Jack the Ripper. He don't care about your picks. He's not doing it. You know he's Jack the Ripper, right? You know what he wants? You know, let me tell you what Ainge would ask for Lauri Markkanen. He'd ask for RJ. He'd ask for 4 picks. He'd probably ask for Evan Fournier's contract, and then he's going to want something else for that. See, this is the Ripper you're talking about. And the Knicks ain't doing that. He's not stupid. You can see, listen, this is not just for you, Joe. It's for everybody. I think everybody, look, when you're talking about a trade, and y'all love it, especially Joe, you love to bring up trades. You got to ask yourself, if you're the opposing GM, why would you do it? Most people bring up trades and they don't never think, they think that the Knicks could just give anybody a bag of chips and go get whoever off the shelf like they're a loaf of bread. You got to ask yourself, why would anybody? So you got Lauri Markkanen. He's coming into his prime. He is a really good player. Most improved from last season. Sweet shooting 7-footer, has learned. And if you look at him, he's built. So that's your crown jewel if you're Danny Ainge. You're just going to give him away. You're just going to give him away. No, bro. There's only really, look at the standings. Look at the standings. There's only really, there's Detroit, there's the Wizards, there's Charlotte. Utah ain't really tanking. If he wants to tank, maybe he'll tank. But if he's going to tank, I'm not giving up 4 picks for Lauri Markkanen. I'm not doing it. And then let's think about it this way, bro. Who are you taking out of your rotation to put Lauri Markkanen in your rotation? Because Lauri Markkanen defensively is not Mitchell Robinson. Are you going to let them have Hartenstein? Will they just want Hartenstein? They already got, what's the boy name? They already got Kelly Olynyk. What they want Hartenstein for? Huh? That's what I'm saying. They're not doing that. Who you taking out your rotation for Lauri Markkanen? It's got to be Mitch Rob. It's got to be Juju. That ain't happening. Come on now. That ain't happening. And why would Danny Ainge just give them to you? Because he likes you? Come on, man. Oh my God, stop it, man. All right. Let me take you seriously for a second. Okay, Joe. All right, so let's assume Grimes is not starting. So Grimes is in your he's in your bench unit right now. So let's assume Danny Ainge, which he did. He wanted Grimes last year. So let's say you're going to trade Grimes. You're going to trade Evan Fournier. You would give him the 3 first-round picks that he's probably going to want. Okay. No, Grimes doesn't sit. Again, you're missing the idea. Sitting means you don't play. Grimes is in the rotation. He's coming off the bench. Sitting means you do not play. When you say a player sits, that means he's not playing. Later, Deuce sits. When Mitch Rob is here, Sims sits. Daquan Jeffries sits. They don't play. Okay. Your rotation guys, they don't sit, they play. Okay. Now let's go with your logic. Do you think Danny Ainge, let's say he would. Let's say you're going to send Grimes, you're going to send Fournier, you're going to send 3 number 1 picks. I can't believe I'm even taking that seriously. But okay, let's say you did it. You're going to send 3 number 1 picks. You're going to send Grimes. You're going to send Fournier. Okay, so you get back Lauri Markkanen. So now you're going to put Dante, right, Joe? You're going to put Dante on the bench. That's who's starting right now. So you're going to put Dante on the bench. You're going to put RJ at the 2. Lauri can't play the 3 now. You're going to put him at the 3? 7-1? He can't guard threes. You're going to put him at the 3? It's possible. I don't think, first of all, number one, I don't think Danny Ainge would settle for just Grimes. That would be, I would have to admit, if Danny Ainge were to settle for just Grimes, I think we'd be doing pretty good. But he ain't going to do that. He's going to want a whole bunch of first-round picks, more than 3. And 3, to me, honestly, is too much. You could get OG Anunoby for less. Now, if you were going to tell me you're going to get Mikal Bridges, that's different. Why? Because if you're going to give up 3 first-round picks and Grimes for Mikal, we could do this. We could do this tomorrow. I would do it. But I have a feeling that Brooklyn's going to want more. Mikal is their best player too. And they really would be looking to rebuild. Now, you got to wait and see what happens at the end of the season. I'm telling you, if Brooklyn is still in the playoff hunt, if Brooklyn doesn't make the playoffs, I can see a deal coming from somebody for Mikal Bridges, because now they're going to look to rebuild themselves, right? And they got a nice little nucleus. They got Cam Thomas. They got, what's the young center's name? They got Cam Thomas. They got Claxton, right? They got Claxton, Cam Thomas. They got a few nice young pieces. Let me just see here. Let me see what they got here. Let me go by to look at this thing here. So they got Keon Johnson, 21. Deron Sharp, 22. Cam Johnson, 20. Cam Thomas, 22. Nick Claxton, 24. They got a lot of nice pieces. Even Lonnie Walker, the fourth is 25. They got a lot of nice pieces. They'd be looking to trade Mikal. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ben Simmons. Talk about an albatross. That's an albatross. And they'd be looking to trade some of them vets, but they're looking for picks. I don't know. But again, Joe Curry, who is going to sit to play Alex Caruso and Derek Williams? Who from the 9-man rotation is going to sit to play those 2 guys? I wish y'all would stop trying to act like y'all are Tibbs, because you're not. And he knows more than you. So he's not going to, there's nobody in the 9-man rotation he's going to sit to play Alex Caruso. Nobody. He's not sitting Hart. He's not sitting Dante. He's not sitting Grimes. He's not sitting IQ. No, he's not going to do that. So can we stop, please? He's not going to do that. And what makes you think that Chicago is going to get rid of a promising young guy in D. Will and then Caruso for expiring contract? Stop, man. Please stop. Please. I get to the point with Joe. I know you can't even help yourself. You just going to do this because you can't help yourself. You just want these cats. See, look, right? You just going to do it. All right, fine. Yeah. No, that's not going to happen, bro. No. If they want to trade Zach LaVine, they're going to try to trade Zach LaVine. They're not going to try to trade a cheap contract in Alex Caruso and a guy that's 20-something in D. Will. They're not going to do that. Yeah, I hear you, but don't let your hate you're using emotions to try to suggest things that a smart GM would never do. Okay, you can't do that. You gotta be not with your. Yeah, I know. He'll be out soon. Pat Will. I said D. Will. Thank you, Dakar. You right. Pat Will. Pat Will ain't going. You're not going to just give up Pat Will for no daggone contract. No. Yeah. Las Vegas would love Joe. Joe, don't ever go there, please. Don't ever go to Las Vegas, because I don't want you losing your whole shirt and everything. Don't do it. Please. Don't do it. But back to reality. The Knicks should not be making any major trades this trade deadline. In fact, any major trade the only major trade that's going to be available to me are the two guys from Toronto, Siakam and OG. They may make a major trade for that, but because Siakam seems to be anxious to get out of Toronto. So I don't know. And you always got to watch Miami because they figure it out and they put him in there somewhere. So I don't know what they would do, but OG would but most major deals with guys that are big time talents, all NBA guys, are going to happen in the summer. And that's when teams evaluate, they decide what, the value is they're looking for. And yeah, that's how they do it. But so I don't expect it. And the Knicks have not made a major trade since Tibbs and Leon have been here at the deadline. They get impact players cheap. They got Derrick Rose for a second-round pick, and I forgot who. They got Josh Hart for a guy Tibbs didn't want to play anyway, and Cam Reddish. So they get impact players cheap. Again, we're talking about being opportunistic. But a major trade that's going to involve major draft picks and whatever, they're not going to do that at the trade deadline. And I don't care what all of these knuckleheads in social media is telling you. That's not going to happen. Okay. So they're going to wait till the summer. And that's what I've been saying. Let these crew of horses run. Let's see what these cats got at the end, whether it's good or bad, right? Like some people say, well, they can't win with them. Okay, fine. Let's let it find out. Let's find out. Let's let it play out. Okay, we don't have to prognosticate. Let's let them play. And when they play, then you could tell me, oh, this guy's ready, this guy's not, this guy's valuable, this guy's not so much, but you got to wait till it plays out. What's up, Coach Hauser? How you doing, man? Mike Everhart, how you? Seeker, how y'all doing? So, yeah, you got to wait till the end of the season and see where the Knicks end up and how everybody played out. Once you get that, then you can make a decision or an evaluation of what you should not take or do or don't do. So maybe then you look at OG Anunoby or Mikal Bridges or Pascal Siakam. Then you want to look and see what you get for, what the value is. And again, you got to understand, most of y'all know by now, the Don has a price in his mind already. And if you can, he might move off the price a little bit, but he's not going to go overboard on any player. He's not going to be trading away half the team like they did to get Carmelo. He's not doing that. So he's going to carefully look at what is available. So and again, you got another Jack the Ripper up there in Toronto in Masai Ujiri. So if Masai is going to want to trade OG and he's going to want a gazillion picks, he could probably go kick sand, go pound sand, because the Don ain't getting ripped off. It ain't happening. So he's going to evaluate the value of a Mikal, the value of an OG. And to me, of the players that we're talking about, the most valuable is Mikal Bridges. And the reason he's valuable is because you stick him in at the 3 and move RJ to the 2. And I'm telling you, you're going to have something. And this is the thing. The key thing here with that is I would like to keep 2 of IQ, Grimes, or Dante, if I could. I'd like to keep 2 of them, if I could. Because if I could keep 2 out of 3 and have to trade 1. So if I had to give up an IQ to Brooklyn with Fournier and picks, I would do that if I had to, because I'm still keeping Grimy and I'm still keeping Dante. And then you got a hella 5 squad now. To me, that's why Mikal becomes the most valuable. Cat plays 80-plus games a year. Cat has already been all NBA defense. Cat now learned how to score since he's been in Brooklyn. You get that dude and you put him on that front line with Mitch Rob, RJ, and Juju, and you have Brunson, it's going to get crazy. Because what happened in Phoenix is Phoenix had to give up something. You got to, you got to bring ass to get ass. So they had to give up something to go get KD. Okay, that's why you had to give up a Cam Johnson. You had to give up a Mikal Bridges, because when you looked at Phoenix as they were before the trade, Mikal Bridges was playing a tertiary role. Like, he wasn't a major player, but he's good enough so that you could count on him for the 3-point shot. You could count on him to lock somebody up. He'll be playing a similar role with New York if he came here. it would be something else. I'm telling you. So that's what, if they have to give up 2 of the 3 guys, you're talking about a Dante, a Grimes, and an IQ. I would probably still pull the trigger. If you're telling me 2 of those 3 got to go to Brooklyn and I got to give up 3 number 1s and Evan Fournier, and you can bring me Mikal Bridges, I'm doing it. I'm just telling you, I hate to do it, especially I love Grimes. You know, I love IQ and Grimes, but I would do it because to me, if you're left with Hartenstein, let's say you're left with Dante and you still got Deuce, we'll roll with that. We could roll with that. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I think that's the one I would really look at because a lot of offense, old school player. Almost every night people is going 130, 140. Definitely true. The key thing in old school play, you bring up a good point, the high scoring, because in the playoffs, it's the teams that get stops that win. So even though it's high scoring, that's why I'm really high on the Knicks if Mitch Rob is able to come back in February, because if that's the case, the teams that win, look at Miami last year, coming as an AC. What caused them to win? They were hitting their threes and they were getting stops. That's how you win. Cleveland was hitting their threes, but they were not getting stops. They were not getting timely stops. Okay. And that's why y'all heard, I saw the press conference after the Suns game that Tibbs did. And he was conveying the fact that he wants the Knicks to get more threes up. He wants them to get more up. They're doing 35 a game. He wants them to get more. If he can get 40, 45 a game, he do that. But he's not going to just throw them up. He's not going to just throw them up there like the way Don Tony would do it. He wants to get them in the flow, but he wants more threes. Okay. And so he knows he going to be, when he gets Mitch Rob back, he going to get stops when it comes playoff time. He going to get stops. But he needs to make sure he can get some threes. Last night's game, for example, against the Suns hit, I think they hit, let me look at this. I think they hit 16 threes. I want to say they hit 16 threes last night. Let me look at it here. I want to hit it because let me see here. Let me get this up here. And the Knicks, I think, hit 11 threes last night. I think that's what it went. I think the Knicks hit 11 of them, and the Suns, I mean, not the Suns, the Clippers hit like 16 of them. Let me look at here. Let me look at the stats for this game. Let's see. Yeah. So, I hate these dead. Well, yeah, I think that's what it was. The Clippers, sorry, Andrew. The Clippers hit like 16 threes and the Knicks hit 11. Not only that, the Knicks had 20 assists. The Clippers had 30-something assists. You can't, I do mean the Clippers. Thank you. I appreciate that. You do need to move the basketball and you do need to hit threes. And last night, the Knicks didn't do either. They didn't move the basketball very well. They only had like 10 turnovers. And so it wasn't too bad there, but they only had they had 11 threes. Clippers had 16. That's 15 points right there. And then the Clippers had 30-something assists and the Knicks only had 20. You got to move the basketball and you got to hit some threes. Okay. And the Knicks did not do it. It just showed up last night. When you look at the stats, that tells you the whole story. So that really was the story last night. The Knicks need to hit. And again, that's why Tibbs was saying he wants them to shoot. He don't care if they're hitting. If they're good shots, shoot them. Okay. And that's what he's doing. Yeah. So that's what they got to do. Well, it's going to be difficult. That's what I meant when I said Angel Ham said we gave 144 points. Yes, too many. But it's going to be difficult without Mitchell Robinson. It's going to be difficult without Mitch Rob. Okay. And then you understand you lose a Josh Hart, one of your best perimeter defenders. You're going to have a hard road to hoe, period. End of story. You're going to have a hard road to hoe. I mean, it's just the way it is, man. So you got to have your perimeter defenders available, ready to play and at top level, because you're not going to get great perimeter defense from Jalen Brunson and you don't have Mitchell Robinson back there. So, yeah. So, that you can't do that. So that's going to be difficult. So we got to really try our best to tread water until we get Mitch Rob back. I really think they're going to play better. I think this is a trial by fire for the Knicks. I really think the NBA trying to bury them, the way they set the schedule up. But it's all good because if the Knicks can come out of this in one piece, they're going to be better. Well, PL, again, the question would be asked, who is Quick starting in front of? So if you take Quick and put him into the starting lineup, I'm assuming you're talking about starting him in front of Dante. But Tibbs has stressed repeatedly, he wants the bench unit strong, which is what Quick does. He makes the bench unit strong. Yeah, no, he's not going to do that. So that's why he wants Quick. Quick is like the captain of the bench unit. So you're going to have Quick out there, and Quick and Grimes play very, very well together. So you want them out there together. So no, he's not going to start IQ. He's going to start Dante. Dante is the glue piece that fits, and you need a glue piece. Quick is not a glue player. Quick is a guy that needs the ball in his hands, and for good reason, right? So Quick is not that glue player. Grimes can play the glue player role, but Grimes plays at a high level with Quick. So you want them out there together. So you have Dante as the glue guy in the starting unit. No, you got to have your starting unit tight. You can't, you got to have starting unit tight. So no, I would do it just the way he's doing it. You have IQ with Grimy and Hart and Hartenstein. That's a beautiful second unit. And then if IQ can't go, you still got Deuce, who plays very well with Grimes as well. So I like the way they do it. I wouldn't mess with it. Don't mess with it. Just leave it alone. It's actually, that's not a big enough, you know what I'm saying? That's not a big enough difference maker to change your rotation. If, for example, you bring in an IQ and he's all-star level and he's getting you 25 a game plus defense, then yeah, you say, okay, we might have to get him. But I don't think Tibbs has said he wants to keep the bench unit strong. I love Mobb Deep right now. And so, hey, Miss Edwards, and I think it's good to not have, keep that DiVincenzo. Not only that, have y'all noticed DiVincenzo's starting to get pretty comfortable in that starting unit? I think last night he scored like 18, right? And he's not going to be part of the problem. He's not the perimeter defense that Grimes is, but he's really good at finding his spots. See, Grimes is still learning that, but Dante knows how to find his spots. He knows how to get into position. He's really good at that. Y'all notice that, right? He's really good at getting into his position. One of the things about playing in the league is you learn where your spots are and you learn how to get there, because this is the thing with Grimes. He's still learning how to get to his spots and know how to get the ball in his spots. Dante knows how to get to his spots. He's very good at it. Like, he gets there and it seems like he's wide open because he knows how to fake out the other guy to get to his spot that he's looking for and get there. I like that. And that's what's good about IQ playing with Grimes, because IQ knows Grimes' spots and IQ and Grimes know each other. And so they can play well together. Yeah. Hart's ejection was totally wrong. That was stupid. I hate when the ref makes a call that affects the game. Ref make bad calls. They're human, right? They're gonna make bad calls. But you throwing out a guy that's walking away from you, I don't care what he's saying. You give him one tech, but you don't throw him out the game. And then that affects the game. That affects the game. Okay. Now you just affected the game. Yeah. So that was stupid. But yeah, Dante is getting comfortable, and I'm glad he is. And let me tell you something. Once they get that second unit comfortable, because last night was a bad night for the second unit, and they still scored like 30, 31 points. I'm not counting Taj Gibson's points off the bench. That was garbage time. But they scored 30 points off the bench last night, and that's a bad night. So when they have a good night, they can score over 40. So I think we're going to be all right. Yeah, and I agree with you, Joe, on that. I think they're trying to bury the Knicks. That's why I would more appreciate y'all, Knicks Nation, if y'all support your squad, knowing that the NBA is trying to bury your team. Don't always be second guessing everything that happens as if they can't play. Our team is good. They know how to play ball. They know what they got to do. But you got a lot of things against them. The media hates them. The NBA hates them. So don't add to the hate. All right, we all right. We know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to respond to every Stephen Bondy stupidness. And he be bringing up when he tried some of these idiots. You know, when they be bringing up stuff like he's the first player in history to get 5-5, and I was like, what the hell? What? Useless stats. You know, like what the? Who cares? Can we win the game? Sure. No, Deuce got loose a little bit, right? 10 minutes. He does well with the little bit of minutes he gets. It's going to be very interesting summer. This is what's going, because I believe that if IQ left, he got traded or whatever, I'm feeling pretty confident about Deuce moving into the rotation, and I'm not worried about it. Okay, I'm not. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. If we can keep two of them, it'd be good. Like two of Grimes and IQ, it'd be good. But if we had to trade them to get a Mikal, I'm not worried about Deuce playing with Dante and Hart in the second unit. I'm not at all. Not at all. I think we'd be in good shape. Okay. And at that stage, the Knicks would have to give an extension to Deuce. It wouldn't be a huge extension compared to others, but I think he can get a nice extension if IQ gets traded, because now we're keeping Deuce. That would be good. Okay. So, like I said, if we could get, if we could get a Mikal, that's my guy. Y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. I think Mikal, if we can keep everybody in that starting unit and move Dante to the bench, move RJ to the 2, and give me Mikal Bridges, y'all, we'd be pretty daggone good. I'm gonna tell you right now, we'd be pretty. Imagine now, you got Mikal Bridges guarding Kawhi Leonard, right? Or Paul George, and you have RJ guarding the other one. And then your bench unit could be, a combination of Deuce or Dante or IQ or Grimy with Hartenstein and Hart. Hartenstein and Hart gonna be there. The other question is who we trading of them other crew to get in this play. So, man, I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on the Knicks. I like it, but we got to see how the Nets do. If the Nets don't make the playoffs, I think they'll be more willing to start a rebuild. With their top jewel being Mikal Bridges at 27, going to be 28, and you got Cam Johnson also. A lot of teams Cam Johnson's a good player, man. He's not, he ain't no superstar, but he's a very solid player. So some teams going to want him as a shooter, like the Phoenix used to use him as a shooter coming off the bench. Some teams going to want him. No, I don't think so. I think teams want to make themselves better. And if you're telling the Nets they can get Emmanuel Quickly and Quentin Grimes, 2 young players that are starter level players, they'll do that. 2 guys that be 23, 24 years old, they'll do that, man. You're getting 2 young players. So I think they'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. So, and like I said, the Nets did trade Harden to Philly. So it's not like they wouldn't trade in the same division. They traded Harden to Philly very recently. Okay. So that's not that whole, if they feel like it's going to help them, they'll do it. Okay. Okay. If they feel like it's going to help them, they'll do it. And so, Donnie, who's done? Yeah. Well, they're going to want to get what they can for Mikal. And I can't think of a team that could do as good as IQ, Grimes, and 3 number ones. I can't see a team that could do better than that. Could y'all tell me a team that can give them a better package than that? Because I don't know any. A team that's really ready to compete that can give them a better package than Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly, and 3 number ones. Do y'all seriously? I don't see any team out there that can give them a better package than that. Do y'all? I don't see any. Can y'all think of any? I don't see any team that could give the Nets a better package than that. To me, the Knicks are in the driver's seat. If they were going to trade Mikal Bridges, the Knicks really have the advantage over every other team. What do you think, the organic? What could OKC could offer you picks, but in terms of players, who would they be giving up for Mikal Bridges? What 2 players that they would give up would be better package than IQ and Grimes. That's what I'm wondering. I don't see it. I mean, they're not giving up, obviously, Chet Holmgren. They're not giving up Dort. They're not giving up SGA. I don't even think they're giving up Josh Giddey. They're not giving up him either. So I'm wondering, who would they be giving up? Yeah, but I don't see OKC's not giving up Giddey. Why would they do that? 6'8", 2 guard? What? No. You got a tall backcourt, man. I don't think they give him up. And yeah, right. Okay, so Pokachevsky, right, picks. I don't think that's better than Grimes and IQ, though. Yeah, I don't think that's better than Grimes and IQ. I don't. And y'all named the team that has a ton of picks. OKC can give them a lot of picks, but what? So the Knicks would be giving them 2 picks, and they ain't giving up Jalen Williams. I mean, that would be now. Joe Curry, you got a point. Now, Jalen Williams. Let's see. If I'm the Nets, I would want Jalen Williams and Josh Giddey. And I would want 3 number ones. Now, if they were willing to do that, okay, I would have to give it to you. I'd say, okay, that's a rival package. That's a rival package. Okay, but this, and we had to stretch to find that one. There ain't no many teams that could give what the Knicks could give to get Mikal Bridges. So I don't know. That's a good one though, Joe Curry. I gotta give. If I'm the GM, if I'm Sean Marks, I want Jalen Williams and I want Josh Giddey and I want 3 number ones. Now, question is though, if Mikal Bridges was on Oklahoma City, would that make? Yeah, I guess that would, because you're talking about Chet Holmgren, you're talking about SGA, Dort. I don't know. I don't know. That's. I don't know. Wiggins is too expensive, and there's nobody in my rotation I'm taking out to get Wiggins in. That's the two. See, that's what you want to answer, Michael Drake. Who are you taking out of your rotations to get Wiggins in? And what does Wiggins' current team want? You think they just want Evan Fournier? I don't think so. So what do you want for Wiggins? You're going to want something for Wiggins. So I'm talking about the one that was from Santa Clara, the one that was from Santa Clara, not the Asian looking one, the other one that was from Santa Clara. One of them was Jay Williams, I can't, but the one from Santa Clara that surprised everybody and was drafted higher than you thought and was really good. Okay. No, Joe Curry. Wiggins is no, I'm sorry. Bridges is not another RJ. No, he's not. No, he's not. They got 2 different games, and he is they both dependable. J-Dub, right. J-Dub, yeah. But no, I'm not. I don't think even that OKC package. I gotta say it's competitive now. If you're talking about J-Dub, and you're talking about Josh Giddey, that is competitive package. With 3 number one, that's competitive package. So they would have to decide: do they want IQ and Grimy? So no, he's not. Anyway, yeah. So I don't think nobody going. The Knicks don't want Wiggins. No, his salary's gonna blow them up a little bit. Plus, you got to match salary. Plus, you got to take somebody out the rotation. I don't think any of that is worth getting him. So you're saying you would start Wiggins at Dante's spot and put Dante in Grimes' spot? Grimes and Evan may work. Klay old and frees up money for them. Oh, you're talking about Klay Thompson. I thought you were talking about Andrew Wiggins. I can see that possibly for Andrew Wiggins. I don't know if the Knicks would pull the trigger on that, but I don't know if the Knicks would pull the trigger on that. But I can see that for Andrew Wiggins, Evan Fournier, Andrew Wiggins, Grimy for Andrew Wiggins, and then you bring Dante to the bench and you put Andrew Wiggins at the 2. That's totally possible, but not Klay Thompson. I'm not doing that for Klay Thompson. I think Klay Thompson is really low key finished. Like he's not Klay Thompson, like the Klay Thompson that won chips. He's not the same guy. Everybody gets slowed down a little bit, y'all. You can't, nobody remains the same. Even in this age where people are in better shape than they used to be. I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't say he sucks, though, Kurt. It's a bit overboard. He's still a really good player, but I would not be changing my rotation for him. Put it that way. Yeah. He's not. I wouldn't say he sucks, but he's a good player. But he's just not what's going to help. He's not going to move the needle for the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks should. Yeah, well, but I don't. The question is organic. What does he do for us? I don't know. Would he want to play on the bench without attitude? Would he do that? I don't know. See, most players, it was Russell Westbrook that accepted the bench role. He did not like the bench role when he was on the Lakers. He was complaining about it. But now in the Clippers, he's accepted the bench role and he's good. Most players are the last ones to know they should be on the bench. Remember when when Melo went out to OKC and they asked him, "Are you going to come off the bench?" And he started laughing. And I don't know why he was laughing, because that was the best spot for him, off the bench. But he wasn't going. He was laughing about it because he's the last one to find out he's lost a step. Same with Klay Thompson. I don't think he would accept a bench role with the Knicks. I don't think so. And we don't want no problems. No, I wouldn't mess with my with my rotation if I'm the Knicks for Klay Thompson. I'm not doing it. Yeah. All players are. It's a competitive nature of the player. They're all feeling like they can still play at a high level, even if they're not. Okay, they're all like that. You get a guy like a Klay has won 4 chips, scored 37 in the quarter. He's not. Don't be telling him he can't start. Or with Melo, when he was laughing about, I'm coming off the bench because he scored 62 for the Knicks. He wasn't the same guy when he went to OKC. But all players are like that. That's what makes them great. Is their ego. One of the things make them great. Their ego. They feel they can play with anybody. Okay, so I wouldn't mess with it right now. Not with that. I can see the Wiggins. If you trade in Grimes and Evan, if they're going to accept that, because Grimes is a guy that's a future type guy, then you can move Dante back to the bench and you're going to put Wiggins at the 2. I can see that, because that would be good, depending on how healthy Wiggins is. Wiggins has had some health issues, and you know how we are about availability. So that would be the issue there. Availability would be the issue. So that's the thing. Oh, I see. Organic. So basically, Klay is not coming to the Knicks. You're saying it's Wiggins for Grimes and Evans. I can see that. But again, it's the availability issue. How available is Wiggins? How available is he? Wiggins was that guy that needed, and then he was having some other issues, off-court issues with his woman or whatever. And, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we got to look at all that. You got to look at all that. The Knicks do, and I'm glad they do. You got to look at all that. You got to look at all that. So, I don't know what is his availability. I mean, let me look it up. How is this guy? Is he available for the 11th place Golden State Warriors? Let me see here. Andrew Wiggins. Let's see. Andrew Wiggins is 28 years old, so he's technically in his prime, but he is averaging 12 points a game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, his last few games, what is he doing here? 14-9, 3, 12-9. I don't know. Nah. I'm leaving that alone. Sorry. I'm leaving that alone. I'll keep Grimes. See, that's what I'm saying. I'll keep Grimes. Yeah, he's wife beater? Wife beater? Are you still mentioning the wife beater, Joe Curry? So, Joe Curry, you like dudes that beat up women? Let me understand. You like to have on your team dudes that beat up women? You want that on your team? A guy that beats up women? Wait, I'm asking. You want a guy that beats up his woman on your team? I'm asking. Because you keep bringing him up. Why would you want a guy that beats up his... I just said no to Wiggins. I looked it up and I said no. Remember that part. I liked Wiggins when he played for Golden State and won the chip. Yeah, but I didn't know he was a wife beater then. I don't know what your point is. So I liked Wiggins. I don't want him now. What I'm asking you is, why do you keep mentioning the wife beater to the Knicks? Do you want a wife beater on your basketball team? Do you want a guy that beats up a 5'3" woman that's 6'8", 250 pounds, that beats her up in front of the kid? You want that guy on your team? I don't know what you do with him. I just don't want him on my team. That's how you see. That's my point. I don't want him on my team. I don't want Miles Bridges on my team. Okay, I don't want Miles Bridges on my team. Period. Any wife beater. Okay. I really don't want dudes that are into alphabet soup either. That's just me though. There's a certain center. He was former #1 overall pick, multiple time defensive player of the year. Now he played in China. Been on multiple teams. I don't want him on my team either. And people mention him. What's that guy's name? The guy, Superman or Super Fran or whatever his name is. I don't want him either. See? No. Yeah, right. Mr. Howard. He could hit whatever he want to hit. You know what I'm saying? But keep him out my locker room. I'm saying no wife beaters, no flamers, none of that. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. That's all. So yeah. So I don't want to hear no more about Miles Bridges though. Come on, man. I don't want wife beaters on our team. Yeah, flamers and all. I don't want wife beaters on my team. Yeah, he would bring a lot of negative attention. Yeah, right. The booty. Ain't nothing more important than booty. Ain't nothing more important in life than booty. The booty warrior. The booty warrior, man. We don't need the booty warrior, man. Nah. The booty warrior can stay. Nah. Oh gosh. Nah. They can keep the booty warrior, man. He can do all that in China, wherever the hell he is. Yeah. Now y'all making Donovan Mitchell look really good. You bringing up white beaters and booty warriors. You make Donovan Mitchell sound real good now. Defense or no? Shoot. Mm-mm. Oh gosh, no. Oh my gosh, man. Y'all want to bring the circus to MSG. Heck no. Don't do that. Please leave all of them outside. We good. Wow. God. No, Mikal Bridges is the guy this current team would need to get to the next level, in my opinion. Now, I understand the doubters about OG Anunoby. I do understand that, but I also understand, I do believe OG is another guy that would help the Knicks. I believe he would. See, this is the thing. When you're looking at pieces, right? Let me put it this way. When I'm looking at pieces to the Knicks, I'm looking at a piece that would fit with what we now have to bring us to another level. That's what I'm saying. So to me, if either OG's secondary, but Mikal, you're talking about moving RJ to the 2, which makes the starting unit really, really good. And OG would do the same thing. You bring OG to the 3 and you move RJ to the 2 and you make the starting unit really, really good. See, so you'd have to give up something, but I don't want to give up too much because I want Mobb Deep to still be really, really good. Toronto would probably want IQ because now you can get a legitimate starting point guard right there. And I understand it. But I would definitely be looking at OG. If they would take IQ for OG, we could probably talk. Yeah, those two pieces would lift the Knicks to another level because of how they fit with what you got. or OG would be perfect at that 3 spot. Man, he would. But nobody is better at that spot than Mikal Bridges, in my opinion. Not the least of which, not only was he already all NBA defense, so was OG. But not only that, he's dependable. He plays, like I said, 75, 80 games a year. Not only that, another Villanova crew with Brunson. How could you go wrong? You get Brunson and Mikal, and then you got the Villanova crew of Hart and Dante on the bench. That's pretty daggone good. I got to admit, that's pretty daggone good, man. So we have to see what happens. We know how they say we got to see what happens. What they say in the Bronx with Mariano Rivera, we got to see what happens. I would like that. I got it. That would be pretty good, man. I ain't gonna front, but it ain't gonna happen at the trade deadline. It's gonna happen in the summer if it does happen. It's not gonna happen at the trade deadline. It's gonna happen in the summer. Yeah. You talking about Donovan? You got to bring up Donovan Mitchell. You can't have Mikal and Donovan without cleaning out your team. Donovan's gonna cost because Cleveland's gonna want to recoup what they gave up for Donovan. And so to me, Donovan's not coming because first of all, he don't play enough defense. And he's a superstar type offensive player like Brunson, but you already got Brunson. So you can't have both of them. It's not going to work. That's why it's not working in Cleveland right now. It's not working. It's not working. Yeah, I'm not doing that Donovan thing. I'm not. Unless we don't have Brunson, then fine. But you're not getting Donovan and the Mikal Bridges or Donovan and OG Anunoby. You got to give something up to get something, y'all. You're just not getting it because you want it. You got to give up something. And I'm not giving up all of that. I like our squad. We just need tweaking. I don't think we need an overhaul of the Knicks. We need tweaking. Okay, so if I can keep 4 of my 5 starters and bring in an OG or bring in a Mikal, and then keep of my 4 rotation pieces on the bench, maybe give up 2 and move Dante over there and bring up Deuce, I'm good. I'm good. Now, Cleveland wants more than picks. I think they do. They're going to want more than picks. They gave up players and picks to get him. They're going to want players and picks back. So I don't, and there are teams out there I think would give what they want. Because, like, I can see Charlotte, maybe Charlotte. They got Scary Terry, but they might want Donovan Mitchell. I can see that happening. I can see that. Or Miami, if they decided to move Lowry back to the bench or retire him, you can put Donovan Mitchell there. There's a few teams that would do it, but I don't think he's a fit for the Knicks. Defensively, that's the problem they're having right now. They can't get stops. That's why they're losing. They can't get stops. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson's got to be a fixture. You got to get him back, and you will. You're going to get him back healthy, and he's going to be ready to play. But yeah, I'm not real high on Donovan for the Knicks. Well, if Donovan wants New York, but Cleveland has his rights, it's Cleveland's prerogative to get the best package they can, regardless of what team it is. Donovan can what he wants, but he's under contract. So he's going to go where they send him. Even if he wants New York, they can send him to OKC. They can send him any place they want to. Whatever gets them the best deal. You got to think, if you are Cleveland, you are the GM. Okay? I think his name is Kobe, right? Kobe something. You're Kobe. What do you want for Donovan Mitchell? How are you going to make your team better when you trade Donovan Mitchell? You're not tanking. So how do you make your team better when you trade Donovan Mitchell? What would you do? What are you going to just say, oh, you want to go to New York? Let me appease you. He's not going to do that. They gave up a lot to get him. No, make Brunson the shooting guard. You're thinking offensively, Joe Curry. The problem is defense. It's not offense. It's defense. Okay? Not offense, defense. So no, you don't just make Brunson the shooting guard. Neither of them play defense. It won't work. If Garland and him not working, Brunson and him not going to work. It's not going to work. You need defense. You're not getting that. Y'all just thinking of points. You need defense. They're not winning right now. Cleveland is in the bottom part of the lot of the playoff picture right now because they don't get stops. In fact, now that Garland is hurt, they might even play better because now you're going to have you can get a defender like a Levert or somebody next to Donovan Mitchell. They might even play better, But no, he's not a better defender than I think. Joe Curry, why did they lose to the Knicks in 5 games? Come on, man, stop it. Stop with the theory. Look at the fact. They lost to the Knicks in 5 games because they can't stop nobody. Oh, gosh, man. No, Tibbs can't teach a dude that ain't never played no defense how to play defense. He can help improve you, but he is not going to help you win playoff games with a guy that never plays defense. Look, if Mitchell could play defense, they would have won in Utah. They didn't. Come on, y'all. Stop it, man. Yeah. For what? He ain't playing no defense. Garland was hurt when? Last year? Oh, you mean when they lost to us in 5 games? Garland was hurt? That's funny. I didn't see that. I saw him playing. He played all 5 games. They lost. Oh, y'all crazy. You're looking straight in the fact that the Knicks wiped them out in 5 games last year. And you want the guard that gave up all the points. Come on, man. Stop it. No. Garland is good. He's real good. Garland hurt now? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd say right now, Donovan might make them better without Garland because you got to put somebody next to Donovan, and they'll probably put a defensive player next to Donovan. Like if they started Okoro and have nice, but they're missing Evan Mobley also. They're missing Evan Mobley also. So, yes, that would be tough too. So I don't know what they're going to do, but that's their business. But I don't want Donovan Mitchell on my team unless you're telling me we don't have Jalen Brunson. Oh, that's a different story. If we don't have Jalen Brunson, yeah, bring Donovan because you could start Dante, Grimes, RJ. You got lots of people you can start next to him, help him out. But don't tell me you want Brunson and Donovan. What the hell's wrong with y'all? Don't y'all know what defense wins championships? And that ain't no defense? Stop it. Yeah, come on. Yeah, Trey Murphy III would be nice. That ain't happening either. Why would New Orleans do anything so stupid? Trey Murphy III, I wanted him. He's really good. No. Yeah, so anyway. No, forget Donovan Mitchell. I don't care what anybody says. No. I don't care what these idiots are saying to make y'all click on it and believe it. No. We're not getting Donovan Mitchell. And it definitely ain't happening no trade deadline. Not for us. Maybe some other team. Not for us. The Don don't do, hurry up, come up trades. You don't do that. Nah, I don't think so. If I'm New Orleans, I'm keeping Herb Jones. They knew when they drafted him he was a defensive player, but he's turned into a good offensive player as well. I'm not. Nah. You know what? I think New Orleans would trade Brandon Ingram before they traded Herb Jones or Trey Murphy III. I think they trade Brandon Ingram before they do that. They would do that first. Okay, I wouldn't trade those 2 cats if I'm them. Yeah, I wouldn't trade those 2 cats. I'd trade Brandon Ingram in his big contract first before I trade them 2 cats because those 2 cats could play. I mean, shoot, you want them cats on your team. Let me ask y'all this: would you trade IQ, Grimes, 3 number 1s for Brandon Ingram? For Brandon Ingram. Would you trade IQ, Grimes, and 3 number 1s for Brandon Ingram with Evan Fournier's contract? Would you do that? Would y'all do that? Would you trade that? They ain't giving you Jones, so take Jones off the table. I said, would you do it for Brandon Ingram? You would? Some of y'all would? I don't know. I don't think I would. I don't know. I have to think about that. Brandon would start at the 3 and RJ would start at the 2. Dante come off the bench, just like with Mikal Bridges. But I'm not sure about that one. I mean, because of his availability issues, though, Andrew, right? I mean, he's not available. He's hurt a lot. I mean, he's hurt a lot. Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I like Mikal. I like OG. I'm not sure about Brandon. I mean, it would make a nice Duke thing. Yeah. It would make a good Duke thing with him and RJ on the wing. I have to admit, but his availability is yeah, his availability issues are what bothers me. That's what bothers me about Bi. His availability issues. When he's there, he could be good, but yeah, well, we can't worry about what other teams do. Okay, we can worry about what we do. If we get Mikal Bridges, we're gonna hurt everybody. If the Knicks get Mikal Bridges and have him on the wing with RJ, we're gonna hurt everybody. Okay, so yeah, there's that too. I'm willing to pay hefty money, hefty assets to get Mikal over here. Yeah. That's right. I agree with you, Jay Ellis. I agree with you. Yeah, and his motor is low. I agree with you too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would do it for Mikal. I might do it for OG, maybe. Trey Murphy the third, I would think about that, but that's a little bit rich for Trey Murphy because he's still on this rookie deal. So I don't know, but Trey Murphy the third is definitely worth a move. I would definitely be considering that, but New Orleans is not trading him. He's not, and they wouldn't. That David Griffin ain't stupid. He's not doing that, man. Trey Murphy the third is not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Siakam, yeah, but Siakam can't play the three, right? He can play the four. Drew can't play the three. He can play the four. So if you're not trading Julius Randle, which they're not getting Pascal Siakam. So that's not happening. You need a three to move RJ to the two. And so when we're talking about possible trades, you need a player that's going to be available and that can play good defense and play the three spot. Yeah, but we don't need a five. We need a three. We got five. We got Mitch Robb, Hartenstein, Jericho Simmons. We don't need a five. We need a three. So I'm thinking if you're talking about threes, Brandon Ingram's a three, OG Anunoby can play the three, Mikal Bridges can play the three. All of these guys can play the three. So you want somebody to do that and then force you to move RJ to the two. Herb Jones would be a perfect three, but I'm telling you, New Orleans is not giving up Herb Jones. It's not happening. You don't give up a player that you get cheap that outperforms his contract. You don't give that player up, okay? Especially a winning player like a Herb Jones. You don't do that. So they're not going to do that. They give you Brandon Ingram before they give you him. And they give you Brandon Ingram before they give you Trey Murphy III because those are valuable pieces, very high value for the price they're paying. There's no way. Yeah, if the Knicks can beat LA tomorrow, they'd be 2-2 in this road trip going into Brooklyn, which game we're going to be at, by the way. We're going to be at this Brooklyn game on Wednesday. Yes, it's going to be fun. But if they can beat LA tomorrow, I think they end up with a winning road trip, which would be tremendous for the Knicks without Mitchell Robinson. It's a big if, though. I mean, it's LeBron in them. And I've been burying LeBron for the last 2 years thinking he's going to be done. This old head ain't slowing down at all. Okay, he ain't. Okay, everybody else is. LeBron is not. Crazy. And now they get messed around and got Reeves and Hachimura to play at a high level. That's what I'm saying. It really is LeBron, Reeves, Hachimura, Anthony Ambulance when he could play, when he's off the crutches. He can play when he does play. He's like this Jaguar I used to have. When it wasn't in the shop, it could run. But when it wasn't running, it was in the shop. And that was a lot. Man. Yeah. So Nick Pete, RJ has become a man. And so you want to keep the little boy that just became the man. You got to keep him. You know, RJ is here, man. We got to keep him. Thank you, Carl. RJ is here. He's our dude. We got to keep him. You know, Rowan is become the man. He's going to be good. I'm sorry, Michael Drake. I didn't see your question, bro. What can you type it again? Could you copy and paste it in here. I didn't see a question, Mr. Drake. I did not see it. My apologies. Yeah, I had a 93. Oh my gosh. If it wasn't leaking, it's because it was empty. That thing, when it ran, ooh, it was sweet when it ran. But most times, it didn't run. Most times. I spent more money in the shop on that stupid car. Ugh. Yeah, that's like Anthony Ambulance. Anthony Ambulance is elite, obviously. When he plays, he's a top 10 player in the world. But when does he play? We'll see. What is your next play if the Knicks strike out on OG and Bridges? What is the next play? Well, this is what I say, Michael Drake. We're not desperate. You see, listen, in 2000 and what was it? I think it was 12 or 13. The Knicks struck out on LeBron, and they struck out on the cat. They were trying to get Joe something from Atlanta. And they settled on Amari Stoudemire, who the Phoenix Suns wasn't going to sign to $100 million. I don't think we're going to move like that anymore. So if OG is not available or Bridges is not available, I say they stay put. They don't make any moves. I know that's not going to, some of y'all that are hot to get something done ain't going to like that. But I stay put unless something appears that makes me think about it. So if something appears that makes me think about it, I can't think. What do you think, Michael Drake? I don't see anybody out there that's going to make me say, oh, there's him. I don't know. Is there a guy out there like that? That's not, that you don't have to overpay, that ain't a wife beater? Yeah, thank you, Andrew. It was 2010. I forgot the year. But yeah, but that was it. They struck out on LeBron. They struck out on Joe. What was Joe's name? He was from Atlanta. Really good player when he was in his prime. He came to the Nets eventually, but they struck out on him. And then they were looking at a guy that nobody else can pay. Nobody else was going to pay. And they overpaid for Amari Stoudemire. That Joe Johnson, thank you, superstar. Joe Johnson was good. He was that dude back in the day when he was playing for Atlanta. He was that dude. But they struck out on him, offered him $1 million, and he said, no, I'm staying in Atlanta. And then they went and they're not going to make those type of moves. So if we don't get an OG or we don't get a Mikal, I'm expecting to stay put. Don't do nothing, because better to make no moves than a bad move. Okay. That's what a lot of people in Knicks Nation don't understand. The media keep hyping y'all to go get this guy, get that. No, better to make no moves than a bad move. The Knicks got a good team. Stay put. If you ain't getting nothing to make you go to the next level, stay put. Stay put. And it's got to cost the right amount. We don't want to break up our team. Stay put. Okay. So yeah, OG and Mikal, I would go hard. If I'm the Knicks, like I said, I would go hard after them. They can get multiple picks from me. They could get Grimes and IQ from me. But I need that dude. Give me him. So if I could get that, I'll do it. And y'all know I love IQ and Grimes. I'm definitely in their hive. But if I'm going to get Mikal Bridges and that's all I got to give up with picks that I ain't going to use anyway, let's do it. I'm going to do it. Now, I'm not into Donovan. I done told y'all. I'm not into Donovan. But, yeah, I would do that. Definitely would do that. Like a guy like, if I could get cheap, if I could get him cheap now, a guy like the starting guy at the 3 spot or the 4 spot for the Philadelphia 76ers from Long Island. The kid from Long Island went to Tennessee. What's the boy name? You know what I'm talking about. The kid from Long Island went to Tennessee. What's the boy? Tobias, right? If I can get him as a free agent or get him cheap, not at the $180 million, I don't know how much more years he got in that contract, but if I could get him at a decent price, I would pull the trigger. I'm not giving up a whole bunch of picks for him now, but if I could get him at a decent price, low budget, I would pull the trigger on him because he's not costing me a lot, and I can still get a solid player at the 3 spot in Tobias Harris. But plus, he's a New York kid. I mean, if I could do that, is this his last year? Is he going to be unrestricted organic? Is that for real? Is he going to be unrestricted? Let me just look him up. Let me see. Spot rack. Y'all know you don't know. You done got me to look. So let me just take a look here and see. Philadelphia. Let's take a look at what you telling me. Tobias might be available. Is he expiring? Tobias is expiring. Ooh. Ooh. See, if I could get Tobias for a decent price, I would do it. But I'm not gonna give up 3 number ones for him like I would for Mikal or OG. But if you telling me I could sign him as a free agent, cut Evan Fournier, and still got my squad, Tobias Harris is solid. He's not no superstar now, but he plays really good defense. He hits open threes. He's a smart player, high IQ player. Yeah, I would do it. I would do it. He's worth that to me. I'm not giving up no number ones, but I would definitely consider signing him. Yeah, defense would be tighter. I would definitely consider signing him. And then, like I said, he's from Long Island. He's from, where is he from? Half Hollow Hills? Not Brentwood. He's from like Half Hollow Hills, man. He's from out there in the Wine Dance area. That's where Tobias Harris from. So, yeah, I would definitely do that. I would definitely do that. Yeah, I would think about that one too. Organic. Yeah, I think that. But so I guess to answer Michael Drake's inquiry, if the Knicks were not to get OG or Mikal, I would consider a move for Tobias Harris, but I'm not giving up as many assets for him. He's going to be 31. I'm not giving up as many assets for him as I would for those other two cats. Yeah, yeah. Was he from Amityville? I thought he was from Half Hollow Hills or Brentwood. I thought he's from Half Hollow Hills, though. Everhard. Amityville? Is Tobias Harris from Amityville? You know that for a fact, or you just guessed? Because I don't think he was. I thought he went to Half Hollow Hills High School. I thought he did. Yo, Amityville Horror. You remember they used to have a movie theater in that neighborhood, in the neighborhood of the house. They had a movie theater in the neighborhood of the house. Y'all remember that? They had a movie theater in the neighborhood of the house of Half Hollow Hill, of Amityville. Remember, they probably don't even have that movie theater one. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Half Hollow Hills. Yeah. Half Hollow Hills is out there by Wine Dance, right, Chris? Coach Hauser? It's out there by Wine Dance. I thought Half Hollow Hills was out there by Wine Dance somewhere. Dix Hill, something like that. Yeah. Ice Slip. There you go. Yeah. Ice Slip. There you go. Yeah, right. So yeah. Yeah, Jack from down there. Well, anyway, I could say some things, but there was some action in certain station wagons. A little bit from the Amityville Holler House at that movie theater back in the day. Of course, that's a long time ago. I was a boy back then. Copeg, oh my gosh, don't bring up Copeg. Don't bring up Copeg. Oh, not Copeg. Oh my God, that was our biggest rival, Copeg. There was a coach at Copeg High School. Dude used to come to the games drunk every game, but he could coach. What was that cat's name? He used to come to the games drunk, but he was cool, man. I forgot his name. Oh, I forgot his name. Copeg High School. Oh my God, that brings back memories, man. Copeg. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I heard KD, what KD said. Who gives a crap about what that boy say? The only important thing KD ever said was he called Kestas Porzingis the unicorn. After that, he can just keep his mouth shut, get his money, and play his game. Yeah. Okay, what the hell he's saying? Kevin Durant, just play. Anyway, no, but that's to answer Michael Drake. That's the order: Mikal, OG, Tobias, and Tobias cannot cost what Mikal and OG cost. No, but if we could get him as a free agent, I mean, we ain't signing him to no daggone 180 million, but I'll give him 75 over 3 years. Oh, you did? I used to catch it from Babylon. I used to always catch it from Babylon. The Babylon, because it was close to West Babylon, where I could actually walk to high school from there. But I used to catch it. Yeah, LIRR. Express train to New York City, baby. Yeah, express train to New York City, man. Yeah. I used to do that. It go right from Babylon. I think it was stopping St. Albans or something like that. I used to miss some of the things. It ain't the same now. I mean, some of y'all grew up in the 90s and the 2000s. It ain't the same as it was when I was a child, man. Yeah, it ain't the same. It ain't the same as it was, man. In the 60s and 70s, I liked it then. Then again, that's when I grew up out there, you know. But I liked it then. And life was, as they say, life was simpler then. It was much simpler. You could let your kids run out. They could run all over the place. Nowadays, you can't let your kids off the block without some pedophile being out there. It's so crazy now, man. It's not the same no more. We used to be rolling up to the Dairy Barn across the street from West Babylon Junior High School. Remember the Dairy Barn? Shoot. You get anything you want from the Dairy Barn. You just roll up in there. It was nice, man. But now, it ain't the same. I don't even, do they still have the Dairy Barn out there that you could roll up and get stuff? I thought they probably wouldn't have it unless they have bulletproof glass. It's crazy now. You know what it is like now? It used to be like what Queens used to be is what out there in Eastern Long Island. That's the way it is now. What Queens used to be, yeah, Dairy Barn, man. What Queens used to be is what they out there now. When you used to go to Queens, you was in the city. When you go out to Belmont, when you was going out, Nassau County and going out into Queens, that used to be that you could feel that you was in a different spot. But now West Babylon, Isaac, they've all become Queens now. They've all become Queens. That what Queens used to be back in the 80s and 70s, that's now out where they used to call us country. When we used to be out there, they called us country. Oh, Huntington too. Huntington become like Queens, man. That's North Shore, Huntington. That's North Shore. But man, shoot. Yeah, man. Queens is different now. Shoot. One of my favorite groups is from Queens, though. Y'all know the Lost Boys. If you're from Queens in South Jamaica, you know who the Lost Boys are. Yeah. Love the Lost Boys. Yeah. Love the Lost Boys, man. South Jamaica. Yeah. Yeah. I always did. I'm kind of a little bit sad now, my wife and I, when we go back to New York, because when I was growing up in Long Island, there was no city you couldn't tell me about no other city. I went to Montreal, went to Miami. You couldn't tell me about no other city but New York City. There was nothing like New York City. The greatest city in the world, period. End of story. Okay. Yeah, all of them. Run DMC, Salt and Pepper, yep. But the Lost Boys was my jams, man. I love them, man. But it's not the same anymore, man. It's just not the same, man. And then that whole what you call that gentrification thing came through, changed everything, man. Changed Harlem, changed everything. Changed the West Side, changed Long Island, changed Brooklyn, changed everything. That whole gentrification thing changed the whole game. And it just messed us up, man. I don't like it no more. Even with, like, to me, when I was growing up, like in Brooklyn, there are really a couple of really dangerous places now. East New York, and still dangerous. East New York was rough. Brownsville was rough, right? And then East New York, Brownsville, and the Lower East Side of Manhattan. My wife grew up there. That was rough. Down there, Avenue D and them, that was rough too. But it's not the same now. The flavor is gone. The flavor is gone. Yeah, Brownsville's still crazy. So is East New York. I was there like a couple of years ago. One of my cousins died who lived there, and we was flowing through there. Yeah, it's still crazy in East New York, man. One time, I was trying to get with this girl. I was like 20 years old, and where you live? And she told me, and I didn't really know about East New York. And we went to the movies, and she said, "You ain't got to take me home." I said, "No, I'm gonna make sure you're all right." And when I got off the train station in East New York, I could understand why she said, "You ain't got to take me home," because they're gone, man. I was on high alert going through there. High alert. That was back in the 80s. High alert. Nah. Yeah, nah. But in Brownsville, still crazy. I got cousins live in Brownsville, and they said, "No, it's not that bad." I'd be like, "Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy." I think it was, yeah, I don't remember, Joe Curry. It was a long time ago. I just remember walking up the subway stop, right? And you can feel the spirit change. When you walk, I was walking up the subway spot and we was walking up the stairs and you could feel the spirit change. And then when we got to the street level and it was like a Friday night and it was lit out there and it wasn't in a good way lit. I walked her real fast to her house. Her mama was there. I said goodnight and I went back and I was out. Yeah, I was out. I was like, nah, I ain't going back there no more. She ain't had to know about me asking her out again. That was it. Yeah, nah. You still in East New York, Gil? Oh man, okay, maybe it's changed. But I was just there a couple of years ago. It didn't look like it was too different. It didn't look too different to me. Still looked like you better watch your back when you in East New York. You better watch your back. And nowadays, with everybody carrying gats, and New York is one of the strictest places for guns. You can't, you carry a gun, they catch you carrying a gun in New York, even if you defending yourself, they will send you to jail. And so everybody's still carrying them. I can understand that. Everybody's still carrying them in New York, though, especially you out there. Everybody got them. The criminals got them. The good guys got them. Everybody got gats now. And, it's rough out there, man. It's rough out there. Yeah. I forgot what stop I was at, though. Honestly, I forgot. I just knew it was East New York that she lived. She told me that. And it didn't faze me because I was just focusing on her. I said, oh, whatever, East New York, whatever. So we met after work. She worked with me and we went to the movies. And then we hung out a little bit. And then I said, I'm taking you. She said, you ain't got to take me home. I said, no, I'm going to take you home because I'm a gentleman. I'm taking you back to your house. We went back to the house. Like I said, when we got on the train, I'll never forget it. I was like, oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah, see what I'm saying? But if you coming from Florida, you can have a gat in Florida without no license. You can have a gat in Florida. Okay, no problem. And if somebody come into your crib and you got a gat with you, they got a problem, not you. Okay, they got a problem. And you can even conceal carry in Florida with no license. Believe that. But if you think you can go to New York like that, it don't work like that. No, you could be getting robbed and you could pull out your gat and do business and you going to jail. Yeah, you going to jail. You can't do that in New York. Yeah. I'm actually KNYT. I miss Virginia, but I'm glad I'm here because I'm near my father and I'm glad to be near my daddy. I don't care where he lives. So I'm glad to be down here. And I got to be honest with you, 70 degrees in January has its appeal. I ain't going to front. It has its appeal. Well, you can't carry any kind of gun if you're going to stick somebody up in Florida now. But you could conceal carry in Florida for self-defense. You can conceal carry in Florida for self-defense. You don't need no license. You can conceal carry. The gun when you buy the gun in Florida, they got your name attached to the gun. So if they were to look up your gun, they would find your name because you got, and if you have a concealed carry, you can carry the gun out the store with you because they already got your name. But if you don't have a concealed carry, they get all your information. You got to wait 3 days. Then you can pick up the gun after you buy it. You got to wait 3 business days. Then you pick it up. And then you pick up the gun. They can attach the serial number to the gun to your name. No, you can't do that, Joe Curry. You will get arrested. You will get arrested, Don. They don't play that. You got to have you. In fact, if you have a police record, a felony, you can't get a gun in Florida. Whoever sells it to you is in trouble. If you have a felony and you can't buy a gun in Florida. Yeah. But the other day, like I say, maybe 6 months ago, this sister down here was in her yard. She was in her yard. She was doing a drug deal. Like a dude rolled up in her driveway, 2 dudes, and they were going to sell her drugs. And she had a record, okay? The guy in the passenger seat stepped out the car so she could step in the car and do her business. And the guy in the passenger seat was like 17 years old. He tried to rob her when she was exchanging the money for the drugs in her driveway. He tried to rob her. She killed him. And she did not get in trouble. And the gun wasn't even hers. It wasn't registered or nothing. She wasn't supposed to have a gun. They didn't charge her. because she was in her driveway when he pulled the gun out on her and tried to rob her. They're very, very big on this standing your ground down here. They did not arrest the sister. That surprised me. She blew that brother into the next life, and she did not get in trouble. Yeah, they're very big on that stand your ground down here. Okay, very big on it. So down here, you got to be a really bad guy not to get a gun. You got to be a really bad guy. Anybody can get a gun down here legally. Stand your ground means if you're on your property or your domicile or in your house and somebody threatens you with deadly force and you have a gun, you can respond with deadly force. That's standing your ground. So if your life is being threatened and you have a gat, you can put caps in a bro that is threatening your life, because that's stand your ground in Florida. Okay, that's what it is down here. So if you in your house chilling and somebody decide, I like your TV, I'm gonna come in and take it, and you bust out with your iron and you do business, you're not getting in trouble. Or if you're in your yard and they roll up on you in the car and they gonna rush you, and you in your yard now and you feel your life is threatened, they're gonna have a problem if you're prepared. Yeah, just right. Yeah. Now they're gonna still investigate it, but when you in your yard or in your house, like this sister was in her yard, in her driveway, and homie stepped out the passenger seat, then pulled the gun and was going to shoot her for her money. And he didn't know that she was ready. And when she responded, that's the end of that. Okay. But I miss Virginia. Virginia, where I was living before, was a good situation, man. My wife and I really, missed that Northern Virginia spot we was in. But I'm glad my kids we sold that house to my kids, gave them a discount. I bought my daddy's house. He gave me the same discount, and it all worked out. But I like Florida. I mean, I don't like the politics of these people down here. They get too in your face with this red stuff, but they could, as long as they step back, we good. But I'll tell you, boy, 70 degrees in January has its appeal. I ain't gonna front. And my wife and I were talking about the other day, it was 100 degrees all summer. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I don't want no cold. No more. No cold. Going up to New York, it's cold up there now, I think. I think it's cold up there now. So going up there, I'm going to be bundled up, have my long johns on, my bubble coat. I'm going to be ready for Freddie when I get up there. But I can't bring certain things with me that I would like to bring with me, because I ain't going to jail for some, no. Oh, wait. Before we go, y'all know we eating at 83rd Street and Amsterdam Avenue on the west side of Manhattan at Florida de Mayo on December the 20th at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, December the 20th, 83rd Street in Amsterdam. We're going to be at Florida de Mayo. I got myself and 3 of my cousins going to be there. And anybody else want to join, feel free. I'm going to make a reservation. Matter of fact, I better make it tomorrow. I'm going to make a reservation and make sure they got us for the 20th at 2 o'clock. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good, man. And so we're going to head over there, and then from there, head to the game in Brooklyn. Probably see some other cousins in Brooklyn. Yeah. We're going to be putting the live out there. Yeah. It's going to be fun, man. So we're going to be at 83rd in Amsterdam, Florida de Mayo. Oh, yeah? Come on, Jay Ellis. You're welcome. I got you. Come on. So you're going to be Florida de Mayo, 83rd in Amsterdam. We're doing some Peruvian chicken and all that. It's going to be all that. I love that restaurant. It's going to be all good. I'm going to tell them I'm probably expecting about 5-6 people all together. So it's including us. So we're talking about Superstar coming. Oh, okay. So we got me and my 3 cousins. So there's 4 of us. Superstar, Jay Ellis might pull up, and it's gonna be fun. There was somebody else that was coming. I think Cherokee Indian is coming too. So yeah, so it's gonna be lit, man. I think it's gonna be good. I think we're gonna have a good time, man. So then we're gonna see the Knicks hopefully beat the Nets. There we go. No, Joe, we gonna be in Manhattan, and then I'm gonna probably be at my cousin. My cousin is in Flatbush. Probably gonna hang out with them a little bit after we eat, and then head over to the game. Oh, you can't do it? Okay, Michael. Okay. Yeah. One day. Wow. Yeah. Oh, your family's in Flatbush? Yeah, I got cousins over there. In Flatbush. And then I got cousins in East New York. I got cousins in Brownville. I ain't going there though. But yeah, they're gonna be supposed to be in Flatbush. We supposed, I might pull up with my cousin. That's my aunt. Well, she's my cousin technically, but she's old enough to be my aunt. You know how that go. And my cousin and I, that's his mother. We might stop over there. Yeah. I got if you know anybody in Brooklyn named Green, they're probably my cousin. Anybody named Green is probably my cousin. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of Greens in Brooklyn. Yeah. Whole bunch of Greens, man. All right. It's time for us. I got to take my wife out to eat. And then we're going to go see my. Yeah, you probably know a bunch of, because anybody named Green is my cousin. Yeah. Anybody named Green. Yeah. Some of them have changed their name because of their mother's married somebody, but if they're Green, they probably related to me. Probably, yeah. They got big family Green in Brooklyn. Yeah, big family Green from Jamaica, from not Montego Bay. Oh goodness, not Kingston. Some of my family, not Greens, are from Kingston and Mandeville, but the other ones from Runaway Bay. The Greens originate from Runaway Bay. Yeah, no, mine's Runaway Bay, Jamaica, and then Mandeville, Jamaica, and Kingston, Jamaica. That's where all of my side, all of my families is coming from. Thank you, Michael Dre. Greatly appreciate that. We're moving him next week. We're closing on the house for him this Wednesday, and then I actually could do the closing online, and then we're gonna move him next week. Matter of fact, I gotta get the ambulance ready for him. We're getting everything prepared for my daddy, and he's getting excited too. Actually, he's been reacting pretty well. Even with the stroke, he's been smiling and stuff, because we know we're moving him to a better spot. So I'm glad for that. Thank you for your prayers and well wishes. I really appreciate y'all doing that. Yeah, I got a lot of family in Brooklyn. I got family. There was one cousin I had, right? And in Brooklyn, man, all my family, well, not all of them. Some of them are real straight laced, but one of my family was like this, right? And this cat was like 60 years old. He was like this. And I said, and I named my grandfather. He said, man, me don't know no Cecil, like that. And I said, sure, Cecil. He said, wait, Cecil. And then we were talking, right? So then I said to him, we was talking and he was trying to fill me out because I had never met him. He's my cousin. And then I said something like, white Jesus causes a lot of problems. He said, wait, what you say? He said, Esau. He said, the white man is Esau. Ever since then, we connected right there. Then they pulled out the Jamaican rum. It was over. It was over at that time. Oh man. Yeah, I'm getting my daddy out of there. He's coming home, and we getting the spot prepared. We getting the spot ready, and we got the spot. I just got clothes on it Wednesday, and I got all the equipment coming for him, and we got the movers moving stuff on Thursday. Yeah, we getting ready. I'm getting him out of there. And when I tell him, I said, "Popping two, you being out," and then I explained it to him. He started smiling. And nothing like all of us want our daddy's approval. I think I do. I mean, let me speak for myself. I want my daddy happy with me. So when I told him what we was doing, he's like, okay. Yeah, I was like, yeah, Pop, we getting ready to do this. So that's all good, man. But in the meantime, we're gonna be in Brooklyn on Wednesday. We're gonna be at Florida de Mayo at 2:00, and we're gonna be eating some delicious chicken. I myself can't deal with the tostones and the plantanos, but I'm going to have some vegetables with the delicious chicken. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Yeah, so nah, I ain't messing with no weed. Last thing I need to mess with some weed, man. I can't mess with nothing. I don't know. My cousin might have me do some rum or something, but we're gonna see what happens. Gotta watch it back for sure. For sure. I'm be ready for action when I get down there. But y'all be safe where you're at, please. Enjoy this game tomorrow. Hopefully, we get a W in LA against LeBron and Anthony Ambulance. That's what we're looking for. We hopefully get a W against LeBron and Anthony Ambulance out there. And then hopefully we can catch some people pulling up at the restaurant. Hey, Jay Ellis, don't tease me, man. Make sure you come now. Superstar, y'all be out there. We'll talk to y'all soon, man. Shalom.